If you're just joining us, several states, including California, have temporarily stopped using the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. This comes after the federal government says 6 women developed a rare and severe type of blood clot after getting the vaccine. Joining us now live is Nathan Fletcher, the chairman of the County Board of Supervisors. Supervisor, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about how this affects San Diegans. How many doses of the J&J vaccine were issued here? And is the county doing anything at this point to contact those people who have already gotten it?
So, Andrew, look, patient safety, the safety of San Diegans is top of mind for everything we do. And so when the FDA and then the California Department of Public Health recommended we pause J&J, although these instances were rare, they are concerning enough to cause a pause to look into it. We thought that was the appropriate step to take. And I think it's a reflection that the system does work in terms of tracking individuals who get vaccines and any things. In terms of impact for us here, we think it'll be very minimal. The J&J vaccine has been a really small percent of the total number of vaccines. I think about 3 to 4% total of what we've done. So it's not going to impede significantly our ability to move forward. And for anyone who's received the J&J vaccine, we encourage you, if you have any symptoms at all, if you have any concerns at all, reach out and talk to your healthcare provider. It is worth noting, it is exceedingly rare. These are kind of 1 in a million type things, but nonetheless, if anyone has any concerns, please do reach out to your healthcare provider. While we await the evaluation of the Food and Drug Administration, CDC, and others, and will give us further clarity in the days ahead.
It's literally 1 in a million. 6 cases out of more than 6 million doses that were given. Right. 1/10,000th of 1%, another way to look at it. Why such an extreme move with something that really is so rare? And also given the fact that 2 days from now, anybody 16 and older in California will be eligible to get vaccinated. Could it affect us any more here in San Diego, or is it just really a blip considering maybe the short time frame of this delay?
Well, I think folks are operating in an abundance of caution, and I think that is appropriate. Look, if the science, if the medical experts say, hey, let's take a pause, let's better understand what's going on and what we may need to do or may not do, then I think that is an appropriate step. And again, the J&J vaccines is really a small percent of the total. The bulk of what we're doing is Pfizer and Moderna, and we're going to continue moving ahead with those. And we think there will be minimal disruptions to what we're doing. It's certainly not helpful, but it's important that we err on the side of caution, that individuals be very transparent. Hey, this situation happened, although it is exceedingly rare. Is enough reason to say, look, let's take a pause. Let's spend a few days. Let's look into it and better understand it. And then we'll know more moving forward. But look, I'm looking ahead to us opening up the tiers where essentially everyone 16 and older can get a vaccine. And we know that there will be, a kind of constraint on the availability, but that happens every time we open up a new category. We'll work through that. I think supplies are going to continue to increase in the vaccine, and we're going to keep working our way out of this safely and responsibly in San Diego.
Yeah, really, on the overall macro way of looking at this, we are definitely making many forward strides here. So also on Thursday, in addition to everybody 16 and older being eligible, indoor events will be allowed to resume with certain capacity limits. So how is the county dealing with that and maybe making sure those limits are respected?
Well, I think in general, I think San Diegans throughout this have been very responsible, and we are safely reopening. We're not taking this moment to say, hey, just everyone go do anything you want to do. We're continuing to cautiously work through this. And I think that is important for our economic recovery. It's also important for continued preservation of life. But we're in a position now where, because of the low case rates, because of the incredibly high utilization of the vaccines, because of the lessened threat to our healthcare system, that we can begin to resume some of these activities, indoor events, outdoor events. Our kids went back to school this week. It was wonderful to see. And we have to do it safely. We have to do it cautiously. So we continue to encourage people, take advantage of the opportunity to get things in our life we really enjoy back. But let's do it safely, and let's do it responsibly, and let's continue to really be a model in our recovery from COVID.
I tell you, a lot of people very happy to see these forward strides. Chairman Fletcher, thanks for your time and your insight. We appreciate
Especially
it.
Especially the kids in school.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
They put on shoes. They had a backpack. It was good.
The house is quiet for the first time in a while. Supervisor,
yeah, just for a little bit, but yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, sentiment we all feel, certainly, who are parents out there.